Well, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Water Hole. It's December the 17th, and we decided we're starting off this episode with PMA. Was it PMA?
PMA. Positive mental attitude.
Positive mental attitude is what we're working on for 2025. It's me and Justin's New Year's resolution.
It is. Apparently.
We just decided
Todd's
right here.
dictating resolutions now. Fair enough.
Total positive mental attitude. You know, before we get started in this episode, we were just talking about something I want to dive into real quick before we talk about my hunt, Justin. Do you guys agree or disagree that these cell phone glass covers that you use to protect your hunt are getting less weak? Dude,
more weak.
Weaker, yes. I mean, dude, you can just look at these things and they break nowadays, I feel like. Do you agree with me?
Well, I don't have a lot of history because I've never really used a screen protector cover before. Yeah,
You don't use protection?
No, I have 3 kids, Todd.
You should definitely use protection on these glass covers.
I've never used one before until this phone that I got like 6 months ago, and I think I've like cracked like 3 of them now. I'm starting to wonder, like, I think I was better off without it because I never cracked an actual screen before.
Oh, I don't want to take that chance. Apple, I might know me on a first name basis at this point.
Apple Care, they will take care of it.
I have Apple Care. That's the whole point. But all I'm saying is these are. If anyone is listening to this and has a screen protector that they know is like the premium
Mine's
grade.
cracked right now because I got sick of replacing
them.
them.
But dude, they all say military grade.
What does that even mean? I think people like. What is military grade?
It sounds
like,
cool. It's
I know
buzzword,
it sounds
it's
cool,
marketing.
but what does it mean? Because if the military's using this shit on their phones, like, we're gonna lose every battle. This is military grade. Like, what military are we talking about?
That might be the best thing I've heard in a long time, Justin. That was actually pretty funny. I that was pretty good. All right, Justin. Let's dive into some hunting discussions.
Of course.
Man, I'm starting to get that itch again. You know, I've
really?
had this. Yeah, I'm feeling this like itch to get back out there and do the late season hunt. I am. I like the late season stuff. You know why I like it is because when you leave areas alone and if you do have food, you have good cover, they do start to herd back up. And there is nothing more fun than just seeing a lot of deer. I'm sorry, but going on hunting like you've been having this year and seeing 1 or 2 deer, like, dude.
1 or 2 is a good hunt for me.
That gets depressing after a while.
Seeing deer is a positive.
I like how you're great hunting. Todd's depressing hunt.
See, I'm not sticking with the total positive. That was a great hunt you had, Justin. Seeing 2 deer is an absolute
I saw 3
fantastic.
the other night, Todd.
See,
3.
that is beyond a killer hunt. When they start to herd up late season like this and you're seeing more deer, dude, that's exciting. I don't know. For me, that's exciting. The only thing that's not exciting is when they're all herded up and then you get one stupid coyote blow the whole party.
That's a pain in the butt.
that is not fun.
My itch is definitely going away. It's not getting any stronger to go hunting.
Guys, Justin says this, but I'm going to tell you right now, your truck was loaded with mud.
Yeah, I went on one hunt on Sunday night, and I saw 3 deer.
Okay.
We just talked about this. Well, but, like, I literally had to talk myself into going hunting. I did not want to go hunting.
But that's when
I was
happens.
like,
that's when it
is
happens.
It, Todd? Because I went, and it didn't happen. Because that's what I kept telling myself. This is when you got to go. Like, when you don't want to go, you got to go. And then I went, and nothing happened again. I was like, oh, that's a surprise. Nothing happened again. So I'm at the point, I always get to this point, I think, you know, we're halfway through December. We got about a month of the season left.
Yes.
Like, I kind of get to a tipping point where I start just wanting any deer that's still alive to live until next year. Like, I'm kind of over trying to kill a deer this year.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
It's like I'm on the back side of the bell curve, like whatever. I'm okay with not killing one. And now I'm just like, man, I hope that one lives, and I hope that one lives, and I hope that one all lives. So now I'm just watching my trail cameras to try to like pray for these little guys to make it through to next year.
Justin is praying for the deer to make it.
I do this every year because I'm like, next year's going to be the year.
Dude, you know what I think?
And it's never the year, but I always think it's going to be
I think that's a maturity thing. I think after you've hunted for a long time, like you have and I have, dude, you do start rooting for the deer. You do start getting to a point where you're like, there's no doubt. Like, I was hunting late season at a chance to kill the buck that I killed in this episode that we're getting ready to talk about a little bit. And there's part of me when I was going out, I was like, oh man, like if he does come out, like that is kind of the one that's flagged for next year, it being the oldest, the most maturest, the biggest one that I would have to chase next year. So there's a part of me that 100%, I want that deer.
It's the
to
killing
make
tomorrow's trophies today thing,
yes.
right? Like sometimes you just let them go so they can grow, or let them go so the neighbor can shoot them. Either which way, like letting them go, I think is the key. So I'm at the point where I'm just like, I'm okay if they all make it till next year.
Well, that's a good place to be. Justin, I always expect some commentary out of you. You're the only guy who did not comment on my hunt on YouTube.
I don't know about that. The only person? My God, I feel weird sometimes commenting on our own
I
hunts,
expected you
right?
to give me some sort
That's
of
like
jab or
liking
something.
your own post on Facebook.
If I don't listen, if I can't come to this office and get jabbed by Justin at least once.
But we already filmed the episode, and I told you did a nice job. And you didn't have to call the dog tracker.
There's
remember?
always
that was
always
my
more out of
jab.
you. Well,
you want another one? Because I'll
listen. I'm all about making fun of me. Look here, our buddy, of course, at PJ Riley. He's got to leave a great comment.
No, somebody else left a comment.
Oh, well, who you saying left the comment? You read the comment. Go ahead.
This
Which
person left the comment. They're talking to PJ Riley.
Oh, got it. I missed cue that.
Reading
I gotta
comprehension.
read that. I gotta work on my reading comprehension skills. I apologize, Justin. Well, go ahead. Then you take that one, Justin. It's all you.
I didn't think this was as funny as you did, but hey, PJ Riley,
I didn't think it was funny.
please send a 7-foot. I don't know if they make a 7-foot HSS safety line to
They
Todd
do. That
Graff,
would just be your regular.
so he can install it in his shower. Todd's luck, he would
safety
slip and fall
director.
and choke to death somehow. He just needs
Why
one
do
of
you
those.
think that's so funny?
He just needs one of those old people.
Buddy, it's
those
funny.
those handicap bars.
I don't
Do you
give
got
a,
one of those.
I don't give
installed?
a shit what anybody says. I am telling you, I used to be the guy who used to make fun of the whole, oh man, be careful in the shower, and blah blah blah. You hear a lot of people even going number 2 and dying on the shitter. I mean, dude, listen. I mean, you gotta, dude. This
You
happens.
hear this a lot.
Yeah,
a
dude.
lot?
You can't strain.
Like Elvis.
You don't want to strain, man. I'm just saying. All I'm saying
And what kills
the
them? They have a
bathroom
heart
is-
attack.
I think an aneurysm. But all I'm saying is that you do not want to.
Now I have a new thing to worry about. when I'm taking
Don't strain, dude. Don't strain.
One thing I used to enjoy during the day.
Todd's ruined it for me. I think I'm gonna die every time I go to the bathroom.
All I'm saying, dude, bathrooms can be dangerous, so be careful. That's all I'm saying.
Fair
Keep
enough.
going.
Keep going.
Well, this next one's I think a good one to discuss.
So Craig Wagner said, do you guys blind rattle a lot or just mainly if you're trying to get a deer close? Also, if you do blind rattle, how often do you do it? And is it more of a morning tactic or an evening tactic? Mr. Graff, start with you.
Okay.
Start with the first one. Do you blind rattle a lot or mainly just if you're trying to get a deer close?
I do both. I totally 100% do both, but it depends on the day. Listen, if it's super, super windy out in the morning, and I mean, and the wind's blasting, I'm not rattling. When it's real windy, I just generally don't rattle. I like it better when it's a little bit calmer. I prefer the mornings for rattling. I don't do as much rattling in the afternoons. I've had much better luck in the mornings, not so much the afternoon. That's been my deal. And yes, I do blind rattle. But I will say, this year I did more rattling when I did see them. And I always remember that one hunt that Frankie and Clinton had. Do you remember that one hunt that I'm talking about right now, dude? I mean, their buck was a lot bigger than mine. But man, dude, do you remember that buck just running across the field? I mean, just and the action, the reaction they got out of that buck. Like I remember that in my brain to this day. That was a freaking cool hunt. Make sure we queue up the episode for people to go check that hunt out. It's an older hunt that we have, but that's a good one. Rattling's a lot of fun, but it definitely does not always work, dude. It's like your decoy. It's like putting the decoy out. I mean, like you're taking a risk doing it. You just got done tiptoeing in there.
Yeah, I feel like rattling doesn't scare deer away the way that
I don't know. I've seen it. I saw a few this year.
Probably not as much.
I definitely
percentage-wise.
I know I spooked a few. I think sometimes when you might spook them is when they're like already like totally just they were planning on coming in and then all of a sudden like you didn't see them or whatever and then like you you hit them together, and then they're like completely like just shell shocked at first, like whoa, and then I did spook a few this year doing it. So
Interesting.
that was just me.
How
How about you?
Yeah, we've covered this, I think, before. I rattle a lot. I blind rattle a lot. I think when it comes to calling to deer, I think there's like an effective range, meaning distance of every call. Like you can only grunt or bleat so loud before they just can't hear it. I think rattling is more of a long distance thing. So to your point about Frank and Clinton's hunt from all those years ago, like that deer was 300 yards away across the field. You're not grunting to that deer.
No.
There's no way to get his attention other than to just hammer the antlers together as hard as you can.
Yeah.
So I think, every situation is a little bit different. When it comes to morning or afternoon, I just think we overthink things. What are we trying to do? We're trying to mimic the sound of two deer fighting. Do you think deer give a shit what time of day it is when they run into each other out in the woods? And they're like, nah, dude, sorry, bro. It's afternoon. We're not going to fight. I only fight in the mornings. Like, that makes zero sense to me.
Oh man, speaking of fighting too, Justin.
So I rattle all the time.
I don't know.
And I'm still getting, dude, I got pictures the other day of $2 literally hammering at it
100%
for half an hour in front of my camera. I mean, they fought. Then they just moved over here and stared at each other. Then they were fighting again. This went on for half hour, 45 minutes. They went at it. So sometimes when it comes to like, how often do you rattle? Should you do every, 2 hours or there's no right answer. They're deer.
You're right.
They don't follow any sort of schedule. Like, oh, Todd, me and you are fighting. Let's take a 20-minute pause and then we'll go collect our thoughts and we'll come back and we'll fight again in 20 minutes. Or I'll meet you here tomorrow morning and we'll fight.
Do you think rattling in a suburban area is less effective than maybe rattling further out west? No. Okay.
I don't know why it would be. Why would it be? What would the reasoning be?
I don't know. There just seems to be a lot more noise, and I have not had as good a luck rattling when I've been in my suburban hunting areas versus out west. That's just been me. So
I think that's, I forget what type of bias that is. Maybe just a confirmation bias because we think that that's what's going to happen. So we believe that's what's happening.
Well, I mean, I'm just going off my own personal doing it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it. Like how often do you rattle when you're at home versus out west? Because you think it doesn't work, right? So you're not going to do it, Plus, I think there's the difference.
Hey, it was just a question. I'm just asking you a question. Man, I feel like I'm on jury, right? I feel like I'm on trial right now.
Well,
I'm just asking you a question.
No, you weren't. You were also stating your opinion.
I just stated my opinion and asked you what your opinion was.
I know, but I like to have like a reason for mine.
Okay.
Right?
My reason is based on the not as good of results that I've received, and I do have. I have rattled
but
quite a bit. But
what I'm asking
locally.
is like, why do you think it would be different? So if you believe you're getting,
I just feel like
results,
there's always so much more noise. Like there's just so much more noise. Like just
so
when I hunt
is
in
it
the
just
suburban
ineffective
area.
because they can't hear it?
No, I think they're just hearing so much stuff that it's like, I mean, like right now, just whether your people are building houses off in the distance, there's always just so much more noise. I just don't think it has that same effect. Again, I'm just sharing my thoughts, man. Gosh, the guy's got to beat up my thoughts all the time. And today they're watching that. They're probably watching this on Christmas right now.
Don't question Todd's thoughts because apparently you're not allowed to question them.
I'm just telling you my thoughts. Merry Christmas to everybody, because even though we are filming this is going next week. This is the Christmas time.
Got it.
You're not gonna be able to sing anymore after this one. I think
you can always sing.
No, that's true. Okay, Justin.
Yes.
This is a good one. I'm skipping right into this one because this is something we've talked about a lot over the years.
Yes.
Good taxidermy.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you willing to pay for it? And are you still mounting every deer you shoot?
Well, fortunately for me, I don't shoot deer. But again, it's like a lot of things. I'm kind of over taxidermy. It's too much damn money. Personally speaking, like I'm
What is
done.
your price right now that you're seeing out there? I mean, I feel like it's
for a good mount around here. Yeah,
850.
$850. I mean, dude, I'm seeing some guys that are $1,000.
Yeah.
And dude, sorry, I'm out. Peace. I'll freaking skull mount them and put them on the wall.
If you get a giant,
which is pretty unlikely to happen. But sure, if I happen to kill an
how about if you get that one that you've been chasing this year?
Hell no.
You're not going to mount that
skull mount all day.
Okay. I did mount the last one I got.
I know. You say every year that you're not going to mount anymore. You've been saying that for like a decade, and you still mount every deer you kill. So
there's a lot of mounts around.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You're addicted to it. It's like you're addicted to it.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm addicted.
There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody is. We've all been like, there's this weird thing where we've been conditioned that like, this is what you need to do to somehow, I don't know, honor the beast or put them all in a barn and take a picture in front of them all to be like, look at how awesome I am with all the deer I've killed.
I was thinking about doing that this year.
Yeah,
Thanks
I
a
know.
lot, Justin. I was not.
Yes, he was.
No, I was
100%.
not. I was not. Give me a break. No, I was
Like a
not.
great Instagram
Yeah,
post.
What?
A great Instagram post.
I'm out on taxidermy. Again, if it's a giant, maybe. But anything less than that, like, dude,
I mean,
for
like,
what?
like what's
What's going to happen to
what's
them all when I'm dead? They're all going to end up in a landfill somewhere.
like do you have like a inches number that like above this I'll mount it?
No,
Is that
not
how it
really.
works? Or is it just the way they look? They look cool. Like, how does it work?
I don't know. Maybe it's like when you find your wife. You'll,
You just
you'll
know.
You'll just know it's the right one. And then you'll regret it later.
I will tell you, though, when you do those skull mounts, dude, when they paint
I hate
and they
that.
put that, you hate that?
hate it.
Do you
Yeah, I think that
really?
looks like so
Hate
tacky.
it.
No,
Oh,
no,
man.
really?
Like the
Yeah.
camo
Listen,
ones.
I'm not. I
Yeah.
Paint them or dip them. I know that a lot of people love it.
I think it just preserves them a little bit better and makes them last longer, dude. All the stuff
I
in
don't
their
care.
nose
How long
starts
does it
to.
need to last?
I don't know.
You know, you're like
I don't know. A lifetime.
skulls like deteriorating on your walls.
No.
I mean, they do fall apart a little bit, dude. They do if you drop them or I don't know. Don't
Oh
drop.
yeah, my son's very first buck he ever killed, I Euro mounted, and we had it hanging in his bedroom, and I knew this was a bad idea at the time. And him and his brother were messing around one night throwing a Nerf football around, and they
Dude,
hit it.
you knew that was
and
destined
dude,
to
it fell
go.
off the wall, and it
You knew that was
exploded
going.
into 8 million pieces. It was not good. So now it's just a skull cap instead of a full skull mount.
How long do you normally wait for a mount, dude?
Oh, depends.
I
The
know.
dude, the guy that I have been using, who's awesome. I love him. He's a super good dude. He does great work. He did some of your deer. He's been one of the quicker turns. He was like 6 to 8 months. But I mean, I know a lot of people that are over a year.
Yes.
You know?
I think it just all comes down to the taxidermist and how they run their businesses. I mean, some of them are just
Yes.
overloaded and they truly take on too much work, and others say, you know what, this is the number I can handle. This
And
is
they
how
cut
I'm
it
going
off.
to do, and they cut it off, and they charge. I always thought it'd be cool if this wouldn't work as good for you, but I always thought it'd be cool if taxidermists would allow me to like prepay. Like, listen, I want to prepay for my spot next year. So I get to bump
that's
everybody
some
else.
confidence right there.
No. It's not. No, that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to guarantee my spot. So like basically, I'm out. Listen, it's just business. Like I want to be able to be like, listen, I know that this is a.
Rich dude problem.
It's not a rich dude problem. There are plenty of people
Yes,
who
it
enjoy
is.
mounting their deer and don't want to have to wait a year or longer. And if you could be like, listen, I'm going to make a deposit. I'm going to make a deposit this year for next year that allows me to bump everybody.
Now, have you made
To
this
the back
offer
of
to
the
somebody
line.
yet?
Huh?
Have you made this offer yet to somebody?
I've pitched it. I
How was it received?
That's probably why our last taxidermist stopped calling us back.
That's not true. That is 100% not true. He's not in the business. He's not doing it for anybody
Todd
any
was
longer.
like-
That's not true. That's not. Listen, I always pay good. I always pay up front. I'm always on time. I always take care of my taxidermist because it is, dude, that sucks. That job, I mean, I'm sorry, but that job sucks. That is a hard job. Dude, you go there, there's ticks all over the place half the time. Dude, that is a lot of hard work. I would not be a good taxidermist. I mean, it is a lot of freaking labor and work and time, and you got to be artistic, detailed.
But they love it. They're artists.
I get it, but
love
I'm
it.
just telling you, I think it's a freaking hard job, dude. That's my opinion. It's my opinion. So I think it'd be a good idea. Any taxidermists that are listening, I think, in my personal business opinion, I think you create, just for your elite customers who are willing to do that, dude, what's the big deal, man? It's like securing a membership. It's like securing your spot. Don't give me that look, dude. Brandon, you don't think so? Like, let's say you were...
I think it's a perfectly fine business practice.
Yeah, I mean, it's like leasing out a piece of ground from some dude. that's been hunting there his whole life. And
No, it's
you come
not.
in
It's
and
just
lease it
all
out.
it's doing is allowing you.
He's got to wait in line now.
If you didn't shoot your buck till December, that you get bumped and advanced to the first. You just everyone else kind of gets put on the side.
Hey, man, if that's what they want to do, that's up to them.
It's just a suggestion. So if there's any taxidermists listening, you want to talk to me
They
more
probably
about
do
that?
it.
I think
Somebody does it, right? I mean,
Somebody
this isn't
might
a
do it.
unique idea. Somebody's got to be doing
now
that.
he's got to trash my idea.
It's like
Let's
rush
not being
rush
positive.
service, basically, is what you're saying?
Justin,
Do you pay extra
priority.
for a rush priority delivery?
due to the fact that today is our Christmas party and we've got a lot of things to do to prepare for it, we have a killer Christmas party here at the ICS Solutions organization. It's a fun Christmas party. We have plank challenges. We have all kinds of great games, gift cards. It's fun. You plan on winning the plank challenge today?
Probably not.
Are you going to participate?
We're getting some younger people around the office here,
Yeah.
right? I
Age-
mean, I'm
the
not
age
getting
group
any
is
younger.
lowering and
bro.
lowering.
Yeah. If we could have two different age groups, the over 40s and under 40s, maybe.
But dude, some of these guys are keyboard warriors. Dude. I'm not sure how. I think you're
I don't
still
know,
in better
Ben,
shape
dude, Ben, Austin.
than. Ooh,
Those,
that's true.
I'm worried
those
about
two.
Austin's only three. I don't know. I haven't sussed him up yet. We'll
Yeah.
see.
We'll see.
Dude,
We'll
the
see what
one
happens.
year Brooke smoked everybody.
I know.
Brooke
But
killed.
Brooke
dude.
said she hasn't worked out in like a year since she had a baby.
Okay.
So we got a little advantage.
Well, we don't have as much time today. So, Justin, let's go ahead and pick one more question here, and we'll end it on that because the Christmas party's fun, and I got a few more things I need to prepare for it, like getting Justin's stocking and coal ready.
Fair enough.
Still got to do that.
I like. We're gonna go with this one to end, Todd. I get to pick.
Oh, man.
Why is there so much hate hunting from an elevated blind? I'm going to give my opinion. I don't really think it's not necessarily hate that like we hate the people that are doing it. To me, anyways, as a quote unquote content creator, it's the least entertaining content for me to watch as a viewer, right? Like when I think about watching deer hunts, and I think about the guys that are doing an awesome job of telling really cool stories and adventures and things. When I think of your Seek Ones and your THPs and some of those guys, like I'm in it for the story and the adventure and the videography and everything. I'm not just there for the kill. And I feel like a lot of what hunting videos have become that a lot of people don't enjoy is, you know, and Clinton always gets mad when I say this, and he doesn't really care because he's killing deer. But he's like, guess what? You're going to get to watch me shoot another deer out of a box blind over a mowed cornfield in late season because that's what I do, right? And it has become the most effective way to kill a deer, but it's probably, for me anyways, the least entertaining content to watch. And I think there's a clip going around of Tim Wells recently on a podcast with his daughter talking about this. And I feel exactly the same way Tim feels. Like, it's a very effective way to kill deer. If your goal is, I want to kill this deer, and how I do it does not matter, absolutely. That is the most effective way to do it. There's no question about it. If you want to challenge yourself or you want to create entertaining content, not the way to do it, in my opinion. But maybe this is why I'm not killing any big deer.
Can I go now?
Yeah, absolutely.
I own elevated blinds. I have them on trailers. I have shot a few deer from them. But there's no doubt it is the least, dude, it's anticlimactic. It is not, it's boring. It's not hunting. It's not, dude, like you're not
suffering. I do enjoy the comfort. I enjoy not
but
suffering.
But dude, part of bow hunting is the suffer, man. Like, I'm sorry, but
Sure.
dude, it is the sweat. It is the hanging the stand. It is grabbing your saddle and grinding it out and sawing the limbs and making sure you have your lanes and strategizing this trail versus that trail versus this saddle and how are they going to move through the land. Like, dude, the grind is what makes, I think, the real bow hunters. And dude, listen, there's no doubt climbing in the box blind, like, dude, it's not the same. You can't hear as well. Dude, you're lazier, you're on your phone, you're just dude, it's not the same thing. It's not the same hunt. Period.
Right. I think
I'm not saying
I think part of the issue
effective-wise,
though
you're
is
right.
that people have gotten to a point where we don't care about any of that. The only thing we care
What,
about
anything what?
for a lot of all that lead up to, like
Oh.
the thing that people care the most about is the grip and grin look at me, get those Facebook
No,
likes,
man,
get
it's
those.
all-
So, like that's
Yeah.
what our world has come to, right? We want a shortcut. That's why they're selling Ozempic like it's going out of style, right? Nobody wants to work hard and eat well and go to the gym. They just want to take a shot, right? And
Yes.
and lose weight. Like this is
Yeah.
the world we live in. There's a wonderful book everybody should read. It's called The
Well,
Comfort.
wait, did you read my book yet?
What book? Who Stole My Cheese? I did not. I haven't read any books in the last 2 weeks. I'm sorry.
Now we're
I will-
recommending more books when we haven't even started reading. Let's go. Let's
I
get
will
another
read
book
it.
out of
Everybody should read The Comfort Crisis by Michael Easter because it talks about this exact thing. It's a fantastic book.
I don't know anything about the book yet. I'll look into the book, but I don't know anything about the book, so maybe I shouldn't even make this comment right now. I don't think a lot of the guys that we're seeing hunting in blinds are doing it because of comfort and wanting to be warm. I think they're doing it because it is easier.
It's more effective. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
It's easier and more effective.
Yeah.
Both.
Scent control, access, it's in
Yeah.
place.
Movement, like you're waiting cold, hunting over food, like.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
It's not.
dude,
the
if somebody
bow hunting
wants
that
to
we
do
grew
it,
up
like, who am I to say what somebody can or can't do? If
no,
you know, and if they wanted to go do it with a crossbow, they can go do it with a crossbow because that's a lot of, dude, I know plenty of people doing that. Crossbow, box blind, mowed corn, cold equals dead deer most of the time.
Yes.
Right? And if they're happy with it and they can sit and look at their $1,000 mount on the wall and be like, I'm a badass, awesome hunter, look what I did, then great. That's not for me. That's not my jam.
Right.
That's not why I do it.
My hunt this year was about as close to what I want, and it does scare me. Alex Phillips, my one buddy, dude, he and Jim Carlson. I mean, both of these guys are just guys that I look up to, and I cherish because I'm gonna get killed right now. I mean, I believe Alex is 70, and I think Jim is close to approaching that. And dude, these guys are freaking dude. I mean, Jim, he's got his recurve out there. He's on the ground. He's had some health issues he's working with his knees. And I mean, he's still grabbing limbs and building blinds and sending me little videos, dude, trying to get one from the ground. And Alex is out there still grinding away late season. It's his favorite time to hunt. He's killed some of his biggest bucks in the late season, and he's grinding it out, and that's cool when you see, people doing that. And I just, I want to do everything I can to be able to hunt the way I want to hunt for as long as I can. Because I can tell you right now, dude, if it comes down to just box blinds, boy, it's not the same thing for me. It's not.
And I'm not saying I wouldn't do it or won't ever in my life do it.
I might be doing it in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I like having that option, but at the same time, I would prefer to go do something else. But when it's 10 degrees and the wind's howling and it's, the end of December or early January, like, yeah, dude, I'm almost 45. Like, yeah, I'm going to go crawl in a blind and turn the damn heater on. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, but you know what?
But I mean, I'm going to grind as much as I humanly can
Yes.
for as long as I can.
And I'm just telling you, like, I have these things all set up ready to go. But, dude, I still went out there and set up my ground blind and camouflaged it all in with the switchgrass because there's still something about being on the ground, eye to eye, windows open. Dude, that's just like, that's the hunt.
And you can
It's
still
the
run
word
a heater
hunt.
and stay warm.
I never bring a heater, dude. I'd rather just freaking tough it out. Like, there's just something about that grinding it out. But, hey, guys, happy holidays. We love you. We appreciate you. Give us your comments below on what you think. If you have any suggestions on content or where Justin can pick up a lease that I said I would pay for, let us know because we need more places
No,
to
we're
go
starting a GoFundMe for my high fence hunt, remember?
Oh, a GoFundMe? All right,
Yeah,
I'll put $100 on that. I'd rather put money towards a lease.
I need to get a good size buck, Todd. $100 isn't going to buy me much. Everyone's going to fund it. Community
Would you
funded.
go?
We'll live stream it or something.
A live
Maybe I
stream,
can go
fence
high
hunt?
fence hunting.
Oh,
elk.
boy. Listen, I
some
know
more
we have a
meat.
conference call that's starting at
All
10
right.
o'clock. So with that being said, Bowhunter die.
I mean, if that's what the viewers want, Todd, what are we supposed to do?
Watch you shoot one in a high fence.
Let us know in the
I don't know.
comments.
I'll film
Here
ya.
we are talking.
If you get this
here we are
baby
talking about
funded,
not wanting to hunt out of a box blind, and we're trying to go on a high fence hunt.
if you get this funded, I'll
I
come
wonder
film
what it's
you.
all about. Like, maybe it's awesome. Maybe we'll be like, dude, we've been missing out all these years. You know how many bucks I saw today?
You get home a lot quicker and the wife's happier.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.